Welcome to Gun Nuts Media's coverage of the 2012 Bianchi Cup. The Bianchi Cup, as you know, is the championship event for the shooting sport formerly known as NRA Action Pistol. And while there aren't a whole lot of NRA Action Pistol matches in the country, the Bianchi Cup is one of the most well-known and most prestigious matches. If you've been following our print coverage on Gun Nuts Media at www.gunnuts.net, you'll see that this is my third year shooting the match. I've shot it in production every year, and this year at the match we're going to do some more cool stuff. We're going to be covering the match. Obviously, we're going to be showing you video from the match, so you actually get to see what the stages look like from the NRA Action Pistol range here in Columbia, Missouri. We're going to talk about the gear that I'm using for this match. Specifically in this episode, we're going to focus on my gun and maybe get a little bit into my holsters and pouches. But mostly, we really want to bring you as much up-to-the-date and interesting coverage as we can from the 2012 Bianchi Cup. Now you can see that I'm in my lovely hotel room here in Columbia, Missouri. I wish I was sponsored by Hilton. I'm not, but I love Hilton properties, so I'm actually not staying in the match hotel this year. I'm staying in Hilton, which is very close to the practice range and to the actual match range itself. I'm also drinking coffee at 5 o'clock in the afternoon because I'm jet-lagged out of my mind right now. But all of that's not important, because what is important is the Bianchi Cup. And specifically, for me, what's important is the production division. Now, this is not a match where I come to it expecting to win. Some of the best shooters in the world shoot production at this match. Rob Leatham is shooting production here. A lot of guys who shoot PPC, which is a much more accuracy-focused sport than USPSA, come here and shoot the Bianchi Cup in production division as well. So I don't honestly expect to come out here and win. I'd like to finish in the top 15. That's a good goal of mine in production division, and I would like to win my classification. And one of the interesting things about the classifications here in NRA Action Pistol is, say you're a pretty good USPSA shooter. You know, I'm a A-class shooter in Limited 10, and I will make Master in production by, June or July, probably. I'm a IDPA 5-gun Master as well. I'm a marksman at NRA Action Pistol because to quote Gwen Stefani, this shit is bananas. It is an extremely difficult sport. It requires a tremendous amount of focus and accuracy, even in the production division, which is why, and that brings us around to the gun that I'll be shooting at this year's match. This is an EAA Witness Elite Stock 2. That's the name that it's known as here in the United States, and I will actually be doing a full review of this gun for combat handguns. But for the video, we're just going to talk a little bit about the features. Now, a lot of people are familiar with the EAA Witness guns. They are, usually they're all steel, double action. This is a double action gun as well. What a lot of people don't know is where they actually come from, and they come from Italy. That's the name of the company that actually manufactures this gun is Tanfoglio, which I probably didn't pronounce that right, but I'm not too worried about it. They make a full line of competition handguns that are really well set up for IPSC competition. And this gun is actually very well set up for IPSC production division. I do find it slightly ironic that the gun that I shoot in production division weighs 44 ounces, is made entirely out of steel, and is just too heavy to carry, whereas the gun that I actually carry on a day-to-day basis isn't legal for production division. But anyway, all that notwithstanding, this is actually a really great gun for Bianchi Cup. Because Bianchi Cup's such an accuracy-driven sport, heavy guns are good. Yes, it is a double single, so my first trigger pull is always going to be that long double action. But after that, I have a 3 3/4 pound single action pull that is just absolutely fantastic. A couple of friends of mine from the Border Patrol pistol team were playing with this today at the practice range, and were really impressed with the single action trigger pull on it. As a matter of fact, I'm so impressed with this gun, let's take a look at it in action now on the mover. This was shot today at the practice range, today being Monday the 21st of May. By the way, you'll actually be seeing this tomorrow. Whoa, crazy future time. But let's take a look anyway at this gun in use on the mover on the practice range here at the 2012 Bianchi Cup. That was a pretty good run, actually, especially for me. That was the first thing that I did this morning was, yesterday morning, by the time you're seeing this, was go to the practice range, load up my gun, shoot the mover. I ended up shooting a 440, which is one of the better scores that I've recorded on that. Out of 480 points, I only dropped 40 points, which is a solid sharpshooter score. So, you know, I might be moving on up, sorry, with this Tanfoglio. Now, one of the interesting things about this gun, and we're going to stay focused on the gun. We're not going to talk about my belt or my holsters today, other than to mention I'm using Blade Tech holsters and mag pouches, and they're fantastic. Love the guys at Blade Tech. They do great work and are great supporters of Gun Nuts and what we're doing. So thank you, Blade Tech, for everything you've done for us. To get back to the gun, one of the interesting quirks about this gun is that it's a 38 Super. It's not a 9mm like you see a lot of the other guys shooting, or that's really common in production division. And the reason for that is the Tanfoglio guns, the Elites and the Stocks and Stock 2s and all of the limited kind of guns, have a reputation as preferring longer cartridges. So cartridge with a longer OAL, like a 38 Super or a 45 ACP or a 10mm, is likely to feed better in this gun than a 9mm or a 40. And there's the added benefit that shooting 38 Super just makes you a boss. I mean, it's just cool. I've got some great ammo that I'm running this week. I've got some stuff from DC Ammo. I've got some stuff from Atlanta Arms and Ammo, and I've been using PMC Bronze that Lucky Gunner sent over to us as my practice ammo, and the gun's just been running fantastic. So I'm really happy with how it's performed, I'm really happy with how well it's shooting, and I'm very happy with how well I'm shooting so far as well. As you saw, my first practice run was pretty good. We're going to have another video tomorrow with some more shots from the practice range, showing how I've been shooting on the steel plates, the practical, and hopefully even the barricade. Until then, thanks for watching. Lasers! Lasers!